Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. I'm your host Danielle Banda, and well, we've all heard the stories of cosmetic surgery gone wrong. Luckily, there's a place in Edinburgh that has some important tips and things to keep in mind in order to avoid getting botched. Dr. Filiberto Rodriguez and his team view each and every patient as unique, which you are, and of course they make sure to match your goals with your personality. Now, his professional and passionate team is equipped with state-of-the-art technology, and they're excited to help you feel great from the inside out. Go ahead and take a look at what Dr. Rodriguez has to say about choosing the right surgery, the right procedure, and of course, the right doctor in this week's Safety Check.
Well, I think there's this misconception, that people just assume that cosmetic surgery is easy. You know, a lot of people go get their hair done, they get their nails done, and they think, well, it's time for me to get a little bit of lipo or a little nip and a little tuck, and they think it's that easy. And because of that, they make the mistake and they go to the cheapest place. A lot of them go to Mexico. And unfortunately, cosmetic surgery is real surgery. And I can tell you from experience, my father, who was a cardiac surgeon, is scared to death when he sees us doing our liposuction and tummy tucks because of how big these surgeries are. And you know, sadly, people don't take that into account, and they subject themselves to really dangerous conditions. Poorly trained surgeons, people who don't use sterile technique, people who don't even have anesthesia supporting them. So then if they live, because there's actually a lot of people who die every month from cosmetic surgery gone bad in Mexico, and if they make it out of the ER and then they come to find me, can you fix me? And it's not just in Mexico. It's here in the US too. You have a lot of poorly trained doctors trying to do these complicated surgeries. So cosmetic surgery is real surgery, and I just want people to really understand that and take their body seriously. Like, your body is not an experiment. You only have one body, and you want to treat it right. I mean, I've had patients who've had terrible surgeries done by other people. They've suffered personally, and finally, after years, we can reconstruct them and help them get better. And that's the most important message we want to say, is that your body is not an experiment. So I think there's an important thing. People always say, oh, they're so expensive. Not really. It's just that we have anesthesia. So anesthesia is important. We have a real OR with hospital staff personnel taking care of you and nurses. That is an important component. People don't want to do awake cardiac surgery. They would never do that. Or an awake gallbladder surgery. They know they're going to go to the hospital and have it done under anesthesia. Well, it's the same if you're getting a big tummy tuck with breast augmentation, breast lift, liposuction, fat transfer. These are big surgeries. And so I think people don't take that into consideration. And there's a big push by some of these less trained, less qualified people to say, oh, it's no big deal. I'll give you some IV sedation. You'll be fine. And then the patients realize, no, I'm not fine. This is very painful. I don't like what you're doing to me. And that's something that people need to take into consideration is, am I going to get really a holistic team taking care of me? Or am I just going to be stuck in a little room with some surgeon by himself with a little IV sedation and maybe one of his secretaries assisting in the OR? That's not the situation you want to find yourself in. And a lot of people, they find themselves in those situations and then they feel like it's too late for them to back out. No, you can say, stop, I'm not comfortable with this. I need to go somewhere where it's done right. When people come to see me for consultation, they actually do get to see me. And I come up with a treatment plan for their body. And it's often a little different than what they expected. Oh, I just come in for some lipo. No, you don't need some lipo. You need an around-the-world abdominoplasty with a lower posterior body lift. And they see me, they see my medical assistants. Then when they finally book for surgery, then they have a pre-op appointment with my nurses. They go through the risks, benefits, and possible complications, all the instructions, all their medicines. And then when they come the day of surgery, they're very well informed and they know what to expect. And the surgery is performed in an OR that's hospital grade with anesthesia to take care of the patient while we're focusing on the surgery. And then my patients, when they do recover, they're super happy. Especially the poor patients who've been botched, and if I am able to fix them, they're super grateful. And then the people who come to just get it done right the first time, well, they're extremely happy. And that is consistent over and over again. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect, but we are extremely consistent in the quality of services we offer, the safety of the surgery we provide, and the post-op care that's needed. Because that's something people forget. They'll go to Mexico and have their surgeries, then they have complications, and they'll go to the ER and say, hey, can you sew up my mom's tummy tuck? She had her surgery in Matamoros. ER's not gonna touch that. Or they're having these infections and they want to come for me to fix it. It's like, well, I got to take you back to the OR and establish you as a patient. This is nothing easy. And I think that's the misconception, that people try to make cosmetic surgery out to be easy, when actually cosmetic surgery is just as complicated as any other kind of surgery. Cardiac surgery, breast cancer reconstruction, which is normally done by plastic surgeons. It's all real complicated surgery. And that's the mistake. People treat it like you're just getting your hair done, and that's not what cosmetic surgery is. One thing I think I really like people to know is, don't be afraid to come see us. I think there's this misconception. I hear it from my staff often that they say, oh, he's the expensive one. And when they actually come and get a consult, they realize it's actually not that big a difference in price. The difference is that, oh, there's actually paying for anesthesia to take care of you. That's a big deal. That's a big part of your safety. So I think the takeaway message is, don't be afraid to come see us. You know, we pride ourselves on taking care of patients, doing consistently superior results, and having happy patients. So when you're considering cosmetic surgery, don't hesitate to come see us based on what you think you might have heard or what people are saying. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And you know, I trained at Stanford University. I was doing cardiac surgery. I had to switch because of an injury, and I recovered and I went to plastic surgery at UCLA. And then I did additional cosmetic surgery training in Scottsdale. And I could have stayed in Scottsdale. My boss wanted me to stay and take over his practice, but I already had commitments down here in the Valley. So I moved back home. My dad's from here, I'm from here. And this building and the quality of service we provide is state of the art. And I can honestly tell you, there's not a facility like this anywhere really in the country. And I invite anyone who's interested to come see us. And we provide also tremendous varicose vein care, state of the art. Again, going back to my history as a heart surgeon. So there's a lot that we offer here in the clinic, all under one roof.
Well, there you have it. It's important to take time and make an informed decision ahead of time to avoid a bad outcome. We hope you keep in mind these helpful tips and maybe even get your dream bod with Dr. Rod. If you'd like more information or if you'd like to book a consultation, then feel free to drop by their team's office in Edinburgh for your convenience. They've even got an office in Brownsville, so they're definitely welcoming and they'd love